Chapter 6. More on Photoshop CC. In this chapter, we will learn various tools present in Photoshop toolbar like the painting tools, retouching tools, navigation tools, etc. So students, in this video we will know more about Photoshop, the various tools used in Photoshop for various operations like the painting tools, retouching tools, navigation tools, type tools, etc. My dear students, as I told you earlier that I am unable to arrange Photoshop CC for you for the practical version of the video, but we should not be panic for it because the software which I have used to explain you the things, that is Adobe Photoshop 7.0, is same in the comparison of Photoshop CC. Photoshop CC is the latest version by Adobe in which various new tools are added for graphic editing. So because in the chapter those tools are not discussed, so we no need to worry about it. All the basic tools we can learn in Photoshop 7 only, and we can use in the same manner in Photoshop CC. The tools name are same, their working is same, everything is same. Yes, the little bit atmosphere is changed, the whole atmosphere is now in black color, so that does not matter, work is matter. So we can understand how the tools are working by using Photoshop 7 only. So let us start with the painting tools. In the painting tools category we have two tools, that is the pencil tool and the brush tool. In Photoshop CC two more tools are added, that are the color replacement tool and the brush mixer brush tool. Color replacement, as the name implies, it is used for the replacement of colors of any part of the image, and mixer brush tool allows us to give a mixed color effect of brushing. But first of all, let us understand the brush tool and pencil tool which is available in Photoshop 7. So in the previous chapter also I explained about this pencil and brush tool. Let us revise that again. We can use the pencil tool when we want to do a freehand drawing. Likewise, I have selected the pencil tool from this context menu. This context menu appears when you click on this triangle, this black triangle at the right bottom corner of the tool, of any tool. If you right click, the context menu will appear, and from there you can select the desired tool. So select the pencil tool. You can see the pencil is showing very tiny, so you can increase the size of the pencil by this diameter slider, as I am setting it on 47 pixel. So 47 pixel, just hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse to make your drawing. You can change the pencil color by clicking this foreground color. Click here, select the desired color, and then click on OK. You can see your foreground color is changed. In the same way, you can increase the diameter from here of the pencil. Now you can see the pencil's diameter is increased, so it is making wider lines. In the same way, let me erase all this first. Use the eraser tool to erase the things onto the monitor. Yes, the canvas is fresh now. Let's use the brush tool. When you use any of the tool, I told you in earlier video also that this option bar will have new options related to the selected tool. So as I have selected the brush tool, you can see in the options bar many options are highlighted related to the brush tool. This is the brush picker. From here you can pick any of the desired brush options. It contains many different types of brushes options. As I am selecting this grass one, the color as green. Okay, now you can see I can draw grasses onto the canvas. Opacity, you can increase or decrease the opacity, or you can say the transparency of the brush. Lower the opacity, greater the transparency. Higher the opacity, lesser the transparency. In the same way, the flow of color from the brush, you can see this is the effect of 55% flow. When I'll make it 86% or 96%, then you can see the brush is flowing more smoothly and when you decrease it, so the flow is 4%, so the color will flow according to the percentage. Very few amount of color is flowing per second. Here in the mode you will find various modes of the brush. By default it is normal. If you want to change, you can set any of the option from here, the color, the brush size, and then see the effect what is happening. So in this way, students, you can use the brush tool and pencil tool in Photoshop 7 or in Photoshop CC. One thing more, students, you can do your coloring on a specific selected area also. For example, let me show you how. I am selecting the lasso tool. Lasso tool, as I told you earlier, it is a tool by using which you can make a freehand selection onto the canvas, and selection is made freehand. Make a selection, and for completing the selection you have to reach to the starting point and then join the selection over there. The starting point and ending point should be meet with each other, then leave the mouse. You can find that particular area is now selected. So let us fill some brush effects in this selected area. So if you want to fill a new color into any particular area, first select it, because during the brushing it might be possible that your brushes goes outside of the selected area and it disturbs the painting process. So I have selected a area, then I selected the brush tool. From the brush tool I have taken the plain brush option. Brush size, my brush size will be 133 pixels wide. Now let us brush. You can see I am doing the brushing process. My brush is moving outside the selected area, but then also without any problem I can fill the area with the brush tool. No color is spreaded outside, everything is okay. So after doing the operation, press Ctrl D from the keyboard to deselect the selected area. So I am pressing the Ctrl D option. You can see selection is now disappeared and this only area is colored with the help of the brush tool. So in the same manner, you can select an area and use the pencil or brush tool to work under the selected area only. Type tool. Type tool is used to type a text onto the canvas. If you want to write any message or a text onto the canvas, you can use this type tool. Right click on this tool to check out the various other commands related to the type tool. Type horizontal, it will type the text horizontally. Type vertical will type the text vertically. Let us do type horizontal. You can see the text is typing from left to right horizontally, but if I select the vertical type tool, the text will be typed vertically from top to down in this order. So by using the type tool, you can type the text horizontally and vertically both. Also you can create the mask of the text, so that later on by using any brush or any other graphics tool, you can fill that text with that particular graphics. So this time we are not going to discuss the mask tool, we will discuss it later on in the school lab. So horizontal type tool will type the text horizontally, vertical type tool will type the text vertically. Now if you want to move the text which you have typed onto the canvas, anywhere onto the canvas, so you can use then move tool. Select the move tool, you can see the text is selected. If you want to select this text, click on the type tool first, put the cursor in the text and then choose the move button to get it selected. These are the resizing buttons which are used for increasing or decreasing the size of the text object. Sometimes your mouse pointer will convert into a form of curve like this. So it means that now you can rotate the text onto its axis. According to your requirement, you can rotate it. By keeping the mouse pointer in the middle, you can move the text. By keeping the mouse pointer onto the resizing button, you can resize the text. You can also rotate the text whenever it is required. So in this way you can shift and rotate or resize the text onto the canvas. Yes, apply the transformation. Now when you select the type tool, some options related to the text are also added into the options bar. For example, if you like to convert the font color, so select it and then this is the font color button, choose it, choose the particular font color, click on OK and then click on the text again. You can see the color of the text is now changed. In the same way, you can change the font style from here. Font sizes you can select from here. If the required size is not in the list, you can type your own size by clicking into the text box and typing new value, new text size value into the box. After typing the text size, hit enter and you will see your text is now set as per the font size you have specified into the box. Also you can apply the text alignments, the left text alignment, center text alignment and right text alignment onto the text objects. You can also find a warp text, creating warp text button onto the options bar. By using this button, you can give your text a beautiful style. By default the style is none. You can convert it, you can choose any of the options given here. I am selecting the flag option. You can see the text is converted into a flag type, banner type of text, and these different settings like bend, horizontal distortion, vertical distortion will allow you to do modification into the flag style. So in this way you can create a beautiful text into the Adobe Photoshop. So I think students, now you are able to type a text onto the Adobe Photoshop window and you can do various modifications regarding your text. Let us understand about the shape tool. Shape tool is used to draw any particular shape. That could be a geometrical shape like rectangle, rounded rectangle, ellipse, oval, circles, lines, etc. Or it could be a custom shape. So when you right click on this shape tool, you will get the context menu. From there you will get various options. Select your particular shape option and then drag the mouse onto the stage to draw that particular shape. Likewise, I am now drawing an ellipse. Just select the ellipse option and drag it onto the stage to draw the ellipse. If you want to draw the shape with different color, so you can use the color foreground color option. Choose the particular color, click on OK, and then drag it onto the canvas. You will see the shape is now in changed color. By using the custom shape tool, we can draw various custom shapes. We'll get a shape button onto the options bar. Select it, choose any particular shape like this or this one, drag it onto the canvas to draw it. So in this way you can draw various shapes onto your canvas. There are some navigation tools present in the toolbar of Adobe Photoshop. One navigation tool is the hand tool and other is the zoom tool. Zoom tool is used to magnify the image. Either it increase the size of the image or decrease the size of the image, that is zoom in or zoom out. So select this button to see any particular part of the graphics more clearly. If you want to increase the size, from the options bar select the plus symbol and then click on that particular area to increase size of that area. In the same way, if you want to decrease the zoom, select the minus symbol from here and then click on that particular area to show its decreased size of the complete graphics. Sometimes image is so bigger that we cannot see it in the single window. As right now I am unable to see the complete graphics into this window size. So for watching other parts of the graphics, I can use this hand tool to pan the image. When you select the hand tool, the mouse pointer will convert it into hand shape, and when you drag it, you can see the graphics will also be dragged, means it giving the effect like you are shifting the page wherever you want to shift it. So in this way we can use the hand tool and zoom tool as navigation tools to navigate into the graphics. Now students, we are going to understand about the retouching tools. In the retouching tools category, we have the healing brush tool, patch tool and the clone stamp tool. One more tool is there which is not in this version, that is the content aware tool that we will get in Photoshop CC. So I'll tell you about that tool in the school's computer lab. Right now let us understand about these three tools. First of all, the healing brush tool. Healing brush tool is used for removing any particular spot or blemish or scars from the image. Most of the photo studios are using this spot healing brush tool to remove spots from the faces. Let's see how do they do it. The spot healing brush tool, suppose this is the spot we want to remove from the picture. This black area we want to remove from the picture, and this black area should be replaced by this red area, so that the surrounding area will be match up with the replaced area. So to do that, first of all select the spot healing brush tool, then from your keyboard press the Alt key. You can see when I have pressed the Alt key, the mouse pointer is converted into this type of symbol. This is the selection point. You have to make the selection point by clicking onto the particular area. So I am clicking here. So this point is now selected, but I want to remove this point, so I must not select this point. At this place I want this color, so I'll select this place. Just press the Alt key and press the click button. The area is now selected. Now put the mouse pointer onto that target area and click over there. You can see the spot is now removing as I am clicking onto the affected area. So in this way you can remove any spot from the picture by using the spot healing brush tool. Let me make the picture fresh again by pressing Ctrl Alt and then Z one by one. Now we are using the patch tool to edit the image. Patch tool is used to put any selected area which is matching with the affected area to disappear it from to the graphics. For example, this black area I want to remove, and in this area I want to fill this color. So from the patch tool I will select an area first, then after the selection with help of drag and drop operation I will drag the selected area onto the affected area and leave it. Once again the patch is not proper, so we have to do it again. You can see slowly the affected area is now removed from the image. To remove the selection, press Ctrl D from the keyboard and the selection will be disappear. So I have shown you two ways to remove a spot from the graphics by using the healing brush tool and by using the patch tool. Next we are going to understand about the clone stamp tool. Clone stamp tool is used to make duplicate of any image onto the same canvas or on any other canvas. So let me make a clone for you. Select the clone stamp tool. For this we have to select a particular area by pressing the Alt key first. Press the Alt key first. You can see the mouse pointer is again converted into a particular symbol. This is the selection point. Move your mouse wherever whichever diagram graphics you want to make a clone. Just click on that and leave the Alt button. After then, wherever you will drag your mouse, you will see the selected area's clone will be drawn there. Right now the opacity is 57%. Increase it. You can see now the image is more brighter. In this way you can make clone of the selected objects wherever you like in just seconds. Also you can clone the objects onto different files, like I am opening a new file. This is new canvas. From this canvas I am pressing the Alt key and selecting the source point. Now I have activated this canvas. drag and drop the mouse to draw the clone. So in this way you can select a source point from any graphics and you can make the clone of that particular graphics onto any other graphics or canvas. So this is how you can use the retouching tools, the spot healing brush tool, the patch tool and the clone stamp tool in your Photoshop. Some more tools are there in the retouching tools category, that is the blur tool, sharpen tool and smudge tool. Let us use first the blur tool. This tool is used to soften the edges of the graphics. For example, you can see it more clearly when I'll increase the zoom. Now let us blur this part of the image by using the blur tool. Select the blur tool. The size of the brush you can adjust from here. Which type of blurring you want, you can select the mode from here, and strength according to your requirement. Right now the strength is, let it be 45%, and then start dragging the mouse. Hold the left mouse button and drag it onto the image. It will start making the edges into the soft drawings. Like this. Let us increase the strength more. Now you can see when I have increased the strength more, the blur operation is now more effective. So in this way you can use the blur tool to soften the edges of the drawing. The sharpen tool is used to increase the contrast of the graphics. For example, I have chosen the sharpen tool. Adjust the brush sizes and modes from here. Strength from here, and then you can see the contrast of that particular place is increasing. This tool can be known as the just opposite tool of the blur tool. Next is the smudge tool. A smudge tool gives you effect of the finger painting. Set the initial adjustments from here, and you can do smudging by putting your mouse pointer onto any particular color area and then drag it from there. You can see with the strength of 50% we can use this much smudge. Just increase the percentage and you can give effects like smudging from your graphics like this. So all these operations are done when you hold the left mouse button and drag the mouse onto the graphics particular selected graphic area to see the effect. Image adjustment options. Here we can do various other settings related to the image like the brightness, contrast, coloring sense of the image. All this we can perform by going to the image adjustment options. To do that, first of all, select any particular part of the image, then go to the image menu, the adjustment options, and select hue saturation from there. You will get all the settings in the dialog box, hue saturation dialog box, the settings of hue, that means color, the saturation and the lightness. If you will increase or decrease the hue, accordingly the selected part will be changed. In the same way, saturation is the intensity of the color, and from here you can adjust the brightness of the selected area. After doing all the necessary settings, you can lastly click on OK button, and you can see the change in your graphics. It is now converted. To remove the selection from the image, press Ctrl D, and now you can see the hue and saturation aspects of the images changed. So in this way you can adjust the various settings related to the images. Dear students, till now we were working on a single layer of the graphics. Now if you want to work on more layers, you can add more layers with your graphics by selecting the layer menu, then new option, and then layer command. If you want to give a name to your layer, type it here only, or just click on OK button to create it. You can see now one more layer is added with the graphics. To rename the layer, you can do it from here also. Just double click on this layer name and just delete it and write the name of the layer as you wish. After then, click on anywhere else to finalize the layer name. In the same way, if you want to delete a layer, just right click onto the layer and choose the option delete layer. It will delete the layer from the layers panel. Delete the layer text. Yes, you can see the text layer is deleted. Now I'm going to show you some effects you can place with the help of layers: glowing effect, shadow effect, bevel, emboss, etc. So to do this, first of all, insert a layer. The name of my layer will be text. Okay. Now after then, to add effects to this particular layer, you have to click on this button, add a layer style. Select any particular style from here. As I want drop shadow, it will open the dialog box for you. For the related drop shadow effect, you have to select the appropriate option from this pane of the dialog box, and preview you can see here. Likewise, I'm selecting inner shadow, outer glow, inner glow. So you can see according to the selected options the preview is changing. Also from this part of the dialog box you can set other things. Likewise, these settings I have did for my layer. Now lastly, click on OK button. You can see all the set effects on that particular layer are now displayed with the layer name, and now I am typing the text onto the layer. You can see the text is coming with that particular style which I have chosen with the layer effect. So now Divine is coming with all these effects I have chosen into the layer style. So in this way you can work on different layers, effect and styles. So I hope students you have understood all the tools very effectively, the painting tools, the retouching tools, the navigation tools, etc. So practice it at your home. If you have Photoshop, do the exercises with pencils, write all the exercises in the fair copy, do write their answers with pencils and question answers with pen. Stay home, stay safe, have a good time. Thank you, students.